So good evening to all of you. Now let me invite Mr. Hemchand to propose welcome address. Hemchand.
We welcome all the participants for today's eConnect. Topic for today's session is Motivational Story of a Successful Entrepreneur. If an opportunity doesn't knock, build a door, by Milton Berle. Entrepreneurship is the ability and readiness to develop, organize, and run a business enterprise. Along with it, any of its uncertainties in order to make a profit. To know more about this, we have with us today Mr. T.M. Vijikumar, Managing Partner of Tyre. We welcome you, sir. I welcome our beloved director, Dr. A.G.V. Narayanan, and I also welcome all the participants who has joined for today's eConnect. Now I invite Amalan to introduce the speaker.
Good evening all. It's my privilege to welcome today's speaker, Mr. T.M. Vijikumar. Mr. T.M. Vijikumar, brought up in Madurai. He completed his BE and MBA in Madurai Kamaraj University, Madurai, and first year executive program EPGP in IIM Bangalore. He has 23 years experience in tire industry. He has worked with major tire companies across in India such as JK Tires, CA Tires, Continental Tires, and Humo Tires. In 2014, he started his venture Tyre Check, which is located in Vadavalli, Mullai Nagar, Coimbatore. The Tyre Check is dealer for 8 leading brands of tires. Tyre Check is into 3D alignment, balancing of wheels, and all services related to tires and wheels. His achievements are: he has won the Best Dealer Award 3 times in years. He was awarded President Award from the President of India, Shankar Dayal Sharma. Mr. T.M. Vijikumar has adopted and taking care 3 girl child from Virudunagar district from past 8 years through World Vision India. Now I would like to hand over the session, Mr. T.M. Vijikumar. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your introduction, dears. So, good evening all. I would like to start this session by thanking Dr. Prabhu Shankar for inviting me for this wonderful program to interact with your students. So, good evening once again, upcoming leaders and entrepreneurs. Am I audible, right?
Yes, sir. Very much audible.
Oh, thank you so much. So, good evening once again, upcoming leaders and entrepreneurs. So, are we ready for the session? Yes. So, request all or some to switch on their video. I know it's a very difficult task, but still let us try, because I'm not going to give a lecture on your academic subject, please. So, it is just for 25 to 30 minutes of a thing, a real-time experience, I can say, of sharing knowledge about the real phase of life, which you all are going to face after you finish your course and come out. So, hope you are with me all. So, it is not like an academic subject I'm going to talk. It will be very clear, and I want some interaction from you too. Okay, so I cannot talk over one side. So I need some interaction. So are we ready, leaders? Yes. Can you type somebody in chat box? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So yes, for one, you can type one also.
Please be interactive, students, and whatever may be. You're wearing t-shirts.
Finally, we have a session, to open session. We can really talk on subjects.
Whatever maybe you're wearing t-shirts or whatever maybe, please switch on.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Please. Yeah. Come on, please. Okay.
Switch on your video. Yeah.
So are we ready, leaders? So let's start with a question. What do you think is the real quality of a leader? Rather, what should be a leader possess to make him accepted? I repeat, what should a leader possess to make him accepted? What do you think is a foundation of leadership rather entrepreneurship? What is the foundation of a leadership or entrepreneurship? Rather, what should a leader possess to make him accepted? Can someone open their mic and speak out? Someone, please. There are a lot of qualities. I believe to secondary MBA is also there, sir.
Yeah, both first year and second year.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So
A leader must have the ability to empathize the situations.
Fantastic, Mr. Rajat Raghu. Fantastic. Empathizing is a very big quality of a leader. Fantastic. Again, somebody. Mr. Kalimuthi, you're open, I believe. Please share something. Any quality is okay. Because as a leader, some quality should be there. But I am talking about specific quality, which I will come out and speak. Please, you can just open your mic and say some qualities. Okay. Anyways. So see, people say one have a super solid strategic planning, clear vision, or a strong communication skill. Maybe these are some of the qualities of a leader. But the rocket science says when we have these all things, a super solid strategic planning, clear vision, strong communication skill. But suppose your team does not trust you, no matter how hard you try, you'll never get the desired result. Desired result. For getting a desired result, your team should trust you. So, main thing is, as a leader or an entrepreneur, you should be trusted by your employee or your team. Otherwise, you cannot make a successful journey of an entrepreneurship or leadership. So, main thing is the trust you should develop within the team. And people should trust you, because trusted leader will get higher productivity and the team morale will really become high. Loyalty automatically backs up. Retention, you might have studied in your classes about the retaining part of an employee or a thing. So retention becomes easier, and a lot of factors. So when you are not being trusted, suppose you are not a trusted leader, what happens is employees start questioning every decision you take and will perform only for monetary benefit. So that is not at all enough to be a real good entrepreneur or leader. So just want to tell a story regarding this. Hope story. So you can just listen to a story, what I'm going to say, real thing about the leadership. Okay. So I believe everyone has gone through an aircraft or a plane. So once there was a businessman who took a long flight. Okay. So suddenly the flight was flying high, and suddenly an announcement came from the cabin crew, saying the passenger to fasten their seat belts. And they said there will be no food served from here. And as they were expecting some heavy turbulence, okay, so automatically the passenger got real panic, and thunders were here all across. The flight was really toasted like in Tyre, and some passengers started their prayers, some yelling at the pilot and the crew, some literally crying. Sorry, I'm getting calls. I'm just getting up. Okay, so it was toasted and people literally crying. Okay, so this businessman too was a bit worried, and he was seeing all this. Suddenly, he was seeing all the people yelling, crying, and cursing the pilot and all. So suddenly, what happened? His eyes fell on a small little girl. Okay, this girl was really calm, reading her book, and she was not bothered about the situation at all. She was composed, focused in what she was doing. So after the landing, everyone just was hurrying up to get down, and this businessman asked the little girl, "How come you are so cool and not worried about the turbulence and the situation happening around you?" She said, "Why should I, sir?" Okay. She said, "Why should I, sir?" So anyone can speak of why? You hear the story, right? At least I need some 2-3 students to speak out. Okay. So have you heard the story? Why she was composed and she was not carried away by anything? Anyone has an answer? Why? Yeah. Hello. So if you can speak up that, I don't know also, whatever it is. So, but if you know, just you try to think. The story was clear, right? Rajat Raghu, Sindhura, Darshan, I believe you people have opened your video. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you got the story, right?
Yes, sir.
So why this little girl was cool? Any answers?
Sir, whatever happen, it may happen, sir. We can't control now.
Fantastic, Mr. Maharaja. You are a true Maharaja. Okay. Okay, so guys, so see, that's a real twist. Okay, so I again repeat it. So this businessman asked her, why, how come you are cool and not worry about the turbulence and the situation? She said, why should I, sir? Because that my dad is a pilot. He is taking me home. Because the pilot was her dad, and she said he's taking me home. So it is a trust, belief the child has towards the father. So the trust is there. So she was not worried or carried about the situation. So the question is, does your team believe you're taking them home as an entrepreneur? Does your team believe you're taking them home as a leader and guide them in turbulent situation and take them to a good place? If yes, it's a great thing as a leader and an entrepreneur. If no, please do create the trust in you to be inherited by your employees or your colleagues. So because as a leader or an entrepreneur, your team plays a vital role, and to keep them intact is the foremost thing for a great success. Okay, so the moral is the leader who are not trustworthy create a culture of selfishness, and a trustworthy leader creates a culture of selflessness. Okay, so the main aspect as a leader or an entrepreneur is to create a trust among your team. That is the foremost thing you should think as an entrepreneur. So it's like Jen, how you start, and maybe people will ask how you start up your journey as an entrepreneur. So very simple, but you need to gain experience. That is the foremost thing. As in first-gen entrepreneur, I'm talking about a first-gen entrepreneur because I'm first-gen entrepreneur basically. So if the father or a grandfather is an entrepreneur, then that's a different story. I'm here pitching off the forum of a first-time entrepreneur whose struggle is totally different. So for the first-time entrepreneur, gain experience. That's the foremost thing. So the key is where you will face a real challenge and a tough situation, okay, and adapt. So at least 3-4 years you should work under a company or a firm and really gain experience. And the foremost thing while working to a firm or a company is learn and ask questions until you are very, very clear. The same rule applies in your study also. Absolutely, in your studies, if you never ask a question, it is really a sin you are doing to yourself. It's like many do not ask question and move on. That's the biggest mistake you should make. So whatever it is, a silly question, please do ask, open up to your professors or teachers. So, and while working also, if you do not understand, very first time you ask it, because after some time you will be ashamed of asking the question. So it's a thumb rule that gain experience. Next is learn and ask question. So there are 3 keys, 3 important things you should be as a leader or an entrepreneur, or whatever you do. There is 3 management principles. That you should keep your time management, you keep it intact, your financial management skills, and you should have passion plus discipline. Remember, these 3 are the core values. Time management. So you guys are in first or second year MBA, and a lot of projects will be given by your professors. So timely finishing of the project is also a time management. So everything is been taught, and when you come to the real, the corporate life or an entrepreneur's life, if you are missing your time, it's gone. And financial discipline, I thought, because many entrepreneurs fail in this aspect, because financial discipline, COVID, real time experiences COVID for 2.5 years. A lot of entrepreneurs have washed out only because of their improper financial management. The proper financial, who are the entrepreneurs have done a real good financial management are now in top. I'm saying it is not because of COVID or thing. It is managing your time, your financial management, and passion. Without passion, 100%, you can never, ever become an entrepreneur. And passion is always there, but you have to have some basic disciplines and culture. That is also very, very most important thing. So all this while, everything is fine, but take care of your family. That is, again, as an entrepreneur or a leader, you should take care of your family, wherein this time management comes in. So because they are the real backup of your life, and please do carry them along. So in this family, I'm talking about the time management. So you should have time for everything. So that is a proper planning as a leader or an entrepreneur. Okay. So saying to this, there are around people say there are 7 stages of entrepreneurship. So 7 stages are: one is intimidation stage, they say. The second is a novelty stage. Third is an overwhelming stage. Fourth is a rhythm, they say. And fifth is a failure stage. Sixth is a regeneration stage. And seventh is a temperance stage. I'll just say some few words about what are the stages. Intimidation stages, when you just jump out from your college, or you're working somewhere and dream about making an entrepreneur, what do you call, becoming an entrepreneur, and quitting your job and becoming an entrepreneur. So there's some point of doubt in your subconscious mind. This will change once you gain experience. This stage is called the intimidation stage, where you think of or dream of becoming an entrepreneur. And the novelty stage is the planning phase, many do. So novelty is, it has to be there. So people maybe in the initial stage they will be being novel, but things fade off once you start running with issues and problems. So you should be novel always, and overhead think in a different way to becoming an entrepreneur. That is one stage. And overwhelming is, this situation happens when you face cash flow issues, missing out of sales, competition crunches you. All these, you just overwhelm with the natural parameters which has happened in your life or the business. So rhythm is a stage where you're setting up the things. You're really setting up. You don't worry about the failure, and instead you move with a lot of confidence as an entrepreneur. So this is a main stage. The rhythm stage, it will happen 1-2 years after when you start, maybe earlier, as good as you are. So rhythm stage is the setting up stage where you are not worried about the failures. You just go with confidence. And always, how big you are or what great you are, failure will rattle you somewhere. 100% will rattle you. So be ready to face a rattle. It's about the right attitude and the commitment that you will win the failures. But this stage will also knock you somewhere. So be with confidence and do with your commitment and passion. You win over the failures. And the regeneration stage is called, where you come from the intimidation stage to the rhythmic stage. So regeneration stage comes after you really experience a failure. So you regenerate, remember the past, and really bounce back. It's harsh. So this stage is between intimidation and the rhythmic stage. Okay. And the final stage is called a temperance stage. Temperance. So where you take calculated risk. You experiment in a bold and new direction without any hesitation. Okay. So, and you become a true leader. So this is a temperance stage where you think of calculated risk. You really experiment things. You're not worried about the things, and you just go ahead. So that is where you become a true leader in happening. So the topic was, okay, my story. So I'm just coming to my story. So literally just a thing, maybe it is not big or small, but you can really learn something from that. Okay. So in the introductory session, they said, so I'm an BE MBA guy. So after the MBA, so as you think or many things, so there will be a campus interview in every good school. So I also was placed in a campus interview. I got a chance to work with Hyundai Motors in Chennai. So, but my father said no. It was a very good salary then. So it was a lump sum salary they gave me. My father said, no, you are not working with Hyundai, because he was working for TVS, my father. He was a general manager come director of the company. So he said, okay, you should work with TVS first, because I promised my boss that my son will work with TVS. And I said, okay. I said, I'm not interested in that. So I want to make my passion in a different way. So he said, no, work for 1 year. So that was changing or the triggering point in my life, real turnaround in my life where, okay, because father is a hero to everyone. So I avoid my father. I said, okay, 1 year for you, but after 1 year, I'll put my papers and go with my passion. He said, okay. So he said, okay, 1 year work pandana kandipa adile thirumi continue or thought process irukum. So I will make him work there in a long run. Okay, he said, okay, but things were different. So I started my career with TVS as an area head for 1 year. So it was a big challenge. The first job is a big challenge, and I was posted in a place called Nellore in Andhra, where I don't know Telugu at that time. So my roots are from Kerala, and my part of cross from Madurai. So I can speak very well in Malayalam and Tamil. Maybe I've learned Hindi also. So, but Telugu was a difficult task for me. Okay, so that was a situation where 1 year I had to work there in Nellore, handling 3 districts, Nellore, Chittoor, and Ongole. Okay, so what has happened? So the first challenge was to learn the language. So what I did, every evening I go to a theater, or at least twice a week, go to a theater and watch movie with my friend who knows Telugu and Tamil. So rather than seeing movies, I was just pinching up words and asking. His name was Mr. Arasu. So he really taught me, and believe me, in 3 months' time, I was fluent in Telugu also. So that was a learning. Okay, so where then I used to conduct workshop owners meet in Telugu. So all this happened, and the sales also propped up because I was meeting every learning. See, I was new to the field. So at 4 o'clock in the morning, there's a Shabari Express which comes in Nellore. So where I used to go there and post stickers in the auto, stickers, the stickers at the backside of the auto for branding. It's called branding. So TVS Tyre, I just used to play and fetch them tea for the auto drivers, all things at 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. This was my job for many months. So I was interacting with people. I was doing a branding activities. So finally, from 200 tires, we picked up to around 1,000 tires to the market. So my boss was happy, my GM was happy. So the 1 year came in finally. So they gave me a promotion as a senior area manager, and next hand I gave me a resignation. So it's a true. The same day I gave my resignation to my boss. So the commitment to my father was done there. So my father was yelling at me. I said, Dad, I'm upset. I worked for 1 year. So believe me, now I put my papers, but I never had a job in my hand. Okay. So then went to Chennai next day, went for opening with the JK Tires. So I was being interviewed. I got selected. The final interview was in Delhi. So went there and met my GM, and finally I got selected as a state head for Tamil Nadu. Okay. So from there, my journey started, real journey, JK. So 2 years with JK as a Tamil Nadu head, and then moved out with CA Tyres as a regional manager for 7 years. So that was in position where I used to handle Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Okay. And I was the youngest regional manager in the country. Still now the record holds. At 24, I was a regional manager of a tire company, and my colleagues were 45 plus then. I was 24. So it was a big thing. So because I was not married and I was being given a car, driver, bungalow, everything was there. So I was working like a man and pitching my sales on, everything was going fantastic. And finally, the next was with Continental. I got an offer as a South India head. South India means South and part of Madhya Pradesh. I was used to handle around 8 states of India. So at that time, I was only 28. So that was also the youngest thing where my colleagues were 50 plus. I was handling South and West, Western head and Northern head were more than 50 plus. So there are a lot of things. Money was there. The profile was good. All the things. My BU was in Malaysia. Head was in Germany. Traveling was there. So it was 25 days of working. So point I'm coming to say why I became an entrepreneur is maybe some would like, and it is my thought. Okay, there's you could have studied the Maslow's theory of hierarchy, I believe. Okay, you guys have studied in your I believe in OB paper, I believe. So there is a thing called self-esteem. Okay, so I just felt okay at the time when I resigned Quanti, my son was studying first standard, and so this I have to say because of medical issue, my wife could not carry again. So it was fixed that I have one son and only one wife. Okay, so that cannot be changed. So what I did is I studied in a school called Tyre like me from LKG to 12th standard. That is in real basement. Okay, even now we have the group in WhatsApp where we 200 plus old friends are there from school. So my next question should be the All India Director for Continental. So where suppose I go like that, so I should be rightly shifting my son's places or his studies, the base. So I thought it is not a right thing to collapse his basement where I've seen that. So I just want him to study from 2nd to 12th in a one school. Okay, so that was a real decision I thought, and it was the decision was made in Delhi airport actually. So I was coming out of a meeting. I just thinking, what am I doing with all this money where I don't need this much money at all? Okay, so where I have to I'm signed and my wife is in professor. Okay, everything is cool. So what thing I'm going to do with this money was the point where I took a decision of becoming an entrepreneur. I said, okay, so now the best thing I've did is just I'm sharing it. The decision I made is money, power, and authority is nothing in life. I repeat, money, power, and authority is nothing in life. It is about how content you are in life. That makes a difference. And here I am working with a corporate, but maybe 18, 16 plus years and just roaming around. So, but think of the family. Okay, I never thought. Okay, that is what I said. Carry your family also while in your journey. So I thought now it is not about all about money, power, and authority. I said we should be content in life. So I just quit my paper, went off, and I told my wife and my parents that I have resigned. So everyone started in a shock because next level was an All India direct question. So that is okay. So we can get it. One thing is that I've seen that. Okay, because the 24 years I was in RM, so by 30 I was in South India here. So I've seen everything. The only problem is that okay, 50 plus my North India that sons or daughter would have grown. There is a stage. But in my case, my son was studying first standard, so I want to school his happiness or the basement. Okay? So I thought in a different way to quit and start. So I was blank actually. So I said, okay, 1 month I will take rest and think what to do. Okay. So all those times from my MBA project till that date, I was with Tyre. So Tamil or Rao vidadu karupunu. So Tyre on the vidavilla. So I thought of starting an tire business in Coimbatore. So again, there is a story. Why Coimbatore? Because my base was very strong at Salem, and Madurai was my hometown rather. Salem because I had my regional office of C8 and Continental, and the market was very concentrated. So I know many people there. So I thought the first decision I thought is I will not do a business in Madurai or Salem. Why? Because when I started there, I would have become lethargic in the process. So lethargic mindset, I would have started things. But Coimbatore was not at all a known place to me. So I pitched in Coimbatore, being the because of the climate or whatever, near to Kerala, whatever it is. So pitched in where I didn't know a single person in Coimbatore when I started journey to 2014 in Vadavalli. Not even a single person I know. The incorporation, all the commercial formalities was done by me single-handedly. It was 6 months thought process. So in the 6 months thought process, there was a nice thing happened. You would have read about the Kumho Tyres, where I was a launch director for 6 months. So I said I will not work under somebody after that. So then one of my friend who is a director for India for Kumho Tyres said, you should be the launch director for South India. I said, I will not work under somebody, but I will give me the proposal or the project, whatever it is. If you are fine, your MD is fine, I'll get the remuneration in hand in advance, but I will not work. So I did my presentation with Kumho Tyres and the MD was very happy. So I said, right away, you can pay the money. So that 6 months time, I got a lump sum amount with Kumho Tyres. So I said, everything, flight, everything, car, driver and all you gave me. So I will launch the thing, don't worry. But 6 months, I have this project also where I have to start my own company, the Tyre Shed. He said, okay, fine, fantastic. Early you can do it. Okay. So everything was going there. So the money of 6 months was there. So I had my real good savings with my corporate experience. I pitched in. So the point is, without knowing any person, I came into Coimbatore, and I took a very much a calculated risk. Okay, very much. Every step I took was really with calculation because I don't know anybody. So it was if I shatter, everything is gone total. Otherwise, I invested more than 90 lakhs. Okay, for the startup. Okay, all my savings. Okay, so I cannot be under risk. So it was a real thing. So 2014, 29th of June, we started Tyre with an every branding being done, everything, Paka pitching project it was. So many people said from the time it is Vadavalli, it's the dead end, Mardalama is a dead end, why Vijay has taken a bad thought process by pitching his company in Vadavalli. I thought in a different way. Okay. So leader will think in a different way. I thought, see, I did an pilot study. Okay, so there's a word called pilot study where maybe you have learned things also how to do a pilot study also. So I did a pilot study for 2 months with a management team. So I just walked in with an auto also. So where I just thought of the Vadavalli's potential. Every street you go, there were 200 plus houses. And the gated community project was then 2014 May, it was around 56 gated community. And there were upcoming projects more than 30 plus at Vadavalli. And every street you go, it was a residential area. So there were no good tire dealer at Vadavalli. Okay. So there are small players, but not in a big level. We have a big showroom, maybe it is in 8 cents land here. We have a very good customer launch with AC facility. You have a real good conference hall. You have an office setup, and everything is there. So it will be like in a workshop area and a corporate office style. Okay. So the pilot study said it's a huge potential. So tapping the potential as a leader is a big thing. Okay. So people from here are going to Avinashi Road or Metupalayam Road or wherever to get a tire. So there is an opening. So here. So I want this Vadavalli guys not to go to Metupalayam Road or Avinash Road. So that was a basic decision I took. So once the pilot study was nice, I just pinched in 2014 and June 29th of 2014. We started, and now it is a journey of around 7.5 to 8 years now. So we really focused on service. Really focused on only service, because I say to my team, don't focus on sale. Don't focus on sale. Just focus on service, because once you give a good service, automatically the word of mouth spread coming. And sales is nothing. Sales can be jacked up at any point of time, because we giving a discount, tapping a market, trading things, we can really do sales. But service cannot be done like that, my dears. Service really has to be put on. and people should be convinced, and your real service should be seen by the customers. Then only you will succeed. So the first 8-month scenario was do service vehicles coming in. Don't ever worry about sales. 4 tire 8 months ago. That is a training I gave to my employees and my staff. So they are also, but I said, if you are doing something in service, I'll just last you. So that is in my control. But the sales, don't worry, I will take care, because that can be jacked up at any point of time by doing any things. Okay. So that was our mantra for the year. And thankfully, all the well-wishers, we did our break-even in the 8 months itself. So that was the beauty of the game. So, as I said, I came into picture in Coimbatore without knowing a single person in Coimbatore. Now we have around 17,000 plus customer in our whole past 8 years, 17,000 customer, and I'm going to say a thing which is more than 6,000 are my friends. Out of 17,000 customers, 6,000 are my friends, and I have more friends than Madurai and Salem now. So that is how you should work in, because you should not see as a customer, you should go beyond that in your service relationship, where people will become your PRO. The customer, each and every customer is a PRO once you do a very great service to them. And thankfully, so many people said, whatever has done a biggest blunder by opening things. Now they said the biggest wonder is Tyre in whatever. So much happy I am for my customers and my staff who have put in their heart and soul for me and for the development of my company. So we started with one single company in 2014, but now we are more than 9 exclusive brands in our portfolio. I'm proud to say we are the select dealers for business. Only 3 dealers in Coimbatore are there as a select dealer. In all India, there are only 200 plus. So within 7 years, I got the privilege as a Bristol Select Club team, and we have more than 9 brands on our portfolio. That is Yokohama, Goodyear, JK, Apollo, Seat. You name it, we have. Okay. So we do from 2-wheeler tires to bus tires. So, but we say bread and butter is the car tire business and the services for car. That is, we do the alignment and balancing act. So that is our service part. Okay. So that is about my story, and so thank my family for supporting also, because I always say the family, because really as you grow, you should grow with your family. That is very, very important. And how much you grow, your horn should not lift off. You should be intact. You go to the next level. And one more thing I want to say you to the budding leaders. See, as an employer, more than you have been elevated. And the thought process is very much important when you work or you lead a company. And bringing a lifestyle change to your staff, employee, or your subordinate is a key thing. What you do as a leader. There is saying people leave their bosses, not the company. Okay, so as a boss, you should be right. Okay, so that is what the story I said. People should trust you. When they trust you, they will love you and they will not leave you. So that is the most important thing. That's my story. I believe I'm not bored of many things. Okay. So anyway, we have an open session. Let us talk. So I just finish off with some beautiful quotes. Okay. So the important thing is not being afraid to take a chance. Okay. You should take a chance as a leader. Remember, the greatest failure is not to try. I repeat, remember, the greatest failure is not to try. That's a sin, actually. Okay. And half of what separates a successful entrepreneur from a non-successful one is pure perseverance. Okay. I believe you all know about perseverance. Okay. Perseverance is continuous effort to do or achieve something despite difficulty or failures and opposition. Okay, so that separates a successful and a non-successful entrepreneur. Okay, so the difference between the boss and the leader, I said, the boss and the leader is boss says go, and the leader says let's go. So take along your team. So there's a difference between go and let's go. Am I right? So be a leader and a team, which is matter for an entrepreneur or leader or a manager, whatever. Maybe you guys, maybe somebody can flourish as an corporate legend or some can be an entrepreneur, whatever. So team is be a leader. Don't be a boss at all, please. My request. So a leader is the one who says, let's go. So future leaders and entrepreneurs, let's do it perfect and make sure we are not bosses and we say we should be always be a leader. So dear students, all the very best for a successful journey of entrepreneurship, a real successful journey of entrepreneurship and a leadership journey ahead. And the final words from my side is entrepreneurship is not the destination. It's a journey. Keep enjoying it. All the very best. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much. Okay. Now the floor is open. Any doubts, anything you can just can ask. And I need some comments that I am not bored. Okay. At least you should speak up and say I am not bored you. Okay. That is more important. At least for that you should speak up. Okay. Thanks, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the inspiring and informative session.
Okay.
It is very informative that when we listen that I mean at the age of 25, right? You reach
24.
You reach the highest position. Since after that, you will get an opportunity to become a director, right?
Yeah. After 30, I got the opportunity of getting a director because I was heading Continental South plus Madhya Pradesh. Next elevation was the director Pan India. Okay. So, but I said no. So money, power, and authority is nothing in life. So maybe it's for it's my decision. Other can differ, but that is the process. I get into an entrepreneurship thing. And to be open, from entire family, I'm the only entrepreneur. Okay, the cousin is not the entire family. I'm the only entrepreneur. So everyone is in maybe doing somewhere in some companies or corporates. Okay, so. Yes.
Did you consult with your family or family? How far they supported being at a higher position, having handsome earnings and achievement in the young age and everything is there? But how?
Yeah, that is what. See, that is what said. See, but the problem is, I was getting everything. My salary used to be around 7 lakhs per month. Okay, so at that time, and I had a car, driver, bungalow everywhere. Everything was being paid by the company. A lot of travels, but that is what I said. 20 days of travel. My son was kid. Okay, doesn't know who is who. So when he started speaking, guest situation created. So that should not happen. Okay. So and moreover, I said the medical reasons where my wife could not. Okay. So I had only one son, that was been fixed. So the career is for him. As a father, I should not be a failure. Okay. So whatever you do, if my son is not, I'm not getting the basics right for my son, then no point what I earn or what position I hold. That was my internal decision. That is where I quoted the Maslow pyramid. So, because I've seen the corporate in a bigger way in a younger age. So maybe in the thought process should have come at 50 plus or 55 plus, but I'm thank God that I got it in 30 minus. So that's a thing. And maybe for your question, maybe my father was really God wild. What are you doing? The next position is director and you're screwing your career. But my wife was okay. She was missing me a lot. So she said, okay, good. So you have made a wise decision. But I promised her, see, now from here, I'll be driving the car, not my driver. So you should accommodate things in a different way. So, and the sacrifice now she did in a beautiful way. Really, thanks to her. And one more thing, see, I was touring for 25 days in a month because I used to cover 8 states. So, there's a total different ballgame where school lunch bag at the office. After schooling, lunch bag எடுத்து இப்ப daily வரேன். So that is a beautiful thing which I seen, and daily வீட்டுக்கு போறேன். அடுக்கிறது daily வீட்டுக்கு போட்டுருக்கேன். So for past 8 years, that is the one great thing which has happened. And Sunday is my holiday. Morning tiffin I used to cook. Okay, after 11 o'clock we push out for touring. So we enjoy a lot, come back around 11:30 in the night. So morning cooking, I enna samachalam saapidukkom. So so in the lifestyle changes has happened. So it is really good. So when you leave, it will come. So na idella venam pone, but the growth which is happening here, I'm nearing what I was used to getting it. So the cash pone venam solluvaanga, but it will come when you do real justice to your job and real service to the customer. Money is not a matter. Okay, and sitting in one place, not traveling also, you can make money as an entrepreneur. So, and it is up to me to open or close now. So as an entrepreneur, that is a real skillful thing to do. Okay. Yes, hope sir. I'm answered, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, you said.
And Rajat has a question, I believe.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rajat.
Yes, sir. Sir, myself Rajat. I'm pursuing my first MBA at DJ Academy.
Super,
So
nice.
I have, yes. So myself, I'm planning to become an entrepreneur as well. So I'm planning to first go into a corporate world for 3 years and practice and fail and learn what's required to do. So my question for you is, what was the failure which you come across while starting your Tyre check? Anyone personal?
A lot of. See, it is always a trial and error, Rajat, because so simple is when we started. So I really, I'm a real strategic planner. So everything I accommodate. But one thing I left was the stock point. Everything, every expenses I calculated for as a futuristic thing, the material or whatever it is. But I missed out in the Tyre stock. அதுக்கு ஒரு எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ் கிரியேட் பண்ண மாட்டேன். That was a real failure, I said, because for that I should கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 4 months I had a struggle to, because of money இருக்கிறதுனால I just pumped into things and finally எல்லாம் ஓபன் பண்ணோம், but Tyres was not there. So Tyresல வந்து Tyres were there, but the amount which has to be there was not enough. So அது ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு struggle மாதிரி போச்சு. But அது கொஞ்சம் ஈஸியா நம்ம திரும்பி we made it up. So because of many things. So another financial management is a very big thing when you start up a business. So நிறைய ஒரு calculation பண்ணுங்க, எந்த ஒரு பாயிண்ட் மிஸ் பண்ணிடக்கூடாது நம்ம. And failure சொல்ல மாட்டேன். ஸோ நம்ம வந்து எம்ப்ளாயிஸ் நம்ம எடுத்திருப்போம், நிறைய பேர் எடுத்திருப்போம். நான் முதல்ல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு எடுத்தோடனே ஒரு 20 பேர் எடுத்தேன். ஏன்னா 20 பேர்ல வந்து ஒரு 10 பேர் நம்ம அனுப்பணும்னு தான் வச்சிருப்போம். நான் டீம் இருக்கணும், டீம்ல யார் நல்லவங்க பார்த்து கரெக்டான எம்ப்ளாயை பார்த்து வச்சுக்கணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் just dilute the team. So அதுல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய பேர் இருந்தாங்க. ஸோ அதில் சர்வீஸ் இஷ்யூ இனிஷியலாக இருக்கும். ஸோ அதெல்லாம் வந்து இட்ஸ் ரியல் ஃபெயிலியர் கேம். நம்ம யோசிச்சு ஒன்று பண்ணியிருப்போம், பட் தட் didn't went in a real way. So small ick and buts are there, but as you grow and experience a thing, you just know how to cope up it. Okay, Rajat?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Mr. Maharaja. Thanks, Mr. Maharaja. You can shoot up.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Mr. Mahalingam, I'll come to you, okay? After Mr. Maharaja, okay?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, dear. Solungo.
So it's a wonderful session, sir.
Thank you
Sir,
so
my
much.
question is, only for your child you quit the job, or for your career you quit the job, sir?
Fantastic question. See, அதான் சொல்றேன், fantastic question. So இது ரெண்டுமே சேர்ந்தாங்க for everything. So it was, I said no. So things were getting monotonous. So 25 days of tour அடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம், and it is அதான் சொல்றேன், it is not all about money. ஒரு ஸ்டேஜ் வரும்போது it is not about money finally. So when you don't get a good sleep, the money will do nothing. So money வேணும் இல்லைன்னு சொல்ல, but it depends on the person. Okay. So நான் quit பண்ணது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, one is for my ஃபேமிலின்னு சொல்லுவேன். சன்னை பற்றி சொன்னீங்கன்னா, ஸோ I want him to make from first standard to second standard 12th. இப்போ வந்து when I put him, he was second standard. How he is doing, it's 9th, going to finish his 9th. He's into 10th now. So other reason, plus இந்த கரியர்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா வெறும் growth போயிட்டு இருக்குன்னா that is a corporate thing where end of the day when you see back nothing will be there. ஃபேமிலின்றது ஒரு பெரிய பாட்டுங்க. அது ஒரு உங்களுக்கு ஒரு கல்யாணம் ஆகி ஒரு குழந்தை பிரச்சனை தெரியும் அது. ஸோ தட் இஸ் மோர் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். தட் இஸ் வேர் யூ ஷுட் பேலன்ஸ் எவ்ரி திங். வேர் ஐ தாட் ஓகே இப்படிதான் ஜேர்னி போனோம்னா வி கேன் டூ அன் ஒரு ஆண்டர்பிரினராகவும் வி கேன் டூ a கார்பரேட் சைட். இங்கே எங்கள் ஆஃபீஸ் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும். ஸோ ஈவன் வந்து ஒரு பக்கா ப்ரொஃபஷனலாக ரன் பண்ணிட்டு பக்கா ப்ரொஃபஷனலாக ஒரு ஆஃபீஸ் செட்டப் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அண்ட் எவ்ரி எம்ப்ளாயி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 6 months ஒரு ட்ரைனிங் எடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. எவ்ரி திங் இஸ் பின் டன் இன் ஸ்டைல். ஸோ உங்க கேள்விக்கு ஆன்சர் பண்ணா ரெண்டுமே தான். கரியர்ன்ற பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நான் வந்து இண்டிவிஜுவலாக வந்து எவ்வளோ பண்ணியிருக்கோம், கிட்டத்தட்ட நம்ம அச்சீவ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஸோ நம்ம கம்பெனின்னு வரும்போது நம்ம ஏன் இனியும் பெட்டராக பண்ணணும் ஒரு தாட் ப்ராசஸ் இருந்துச்சு. ஸோ அது பண்ணும்போது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம ஃபேமிலிக்கும் ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும், பையனோட ஃபியூச்சருக்கும் நல்லா இருக்கும். ஆஸ் அ பேரண்ட், ஆஸ் அ ஃபாதர் ஐ எம் ஒரு சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருந்திருப்பேன். இது பண்ணா மட்டும்தான் ஆஸ் ஒரு நல்ல கார்பரேட்ல வந்து ஒரு நல்ல பொசிஷன் வந்திருப்பேனா இருக்கும். ஆஸ் அ ஃபாதர் ஒரு பெரிய ஃபெயிலியர் ஆயிருப்பேனோன்னு ஒரு டவுட் வந்துச்சு. ஸோ அந்த ஒரு டவுட்டுக்காண்டி தான் எல்லாமே மேட்ச் பண்ணணும். நவ் நான் சொன்னேன் எவ்ரி திங் இஸ் ரியல் குட் அண்ட் எவ்ரி ஒன் இஸ் ஹாப்பி அபவுட் தட். ஓகே
சார், ஒன் மோர் கொஸ்டின் சார்.
ப்ளீஸ் சார், சொல்லுங்க சார்.
சார், ரியலி ஐ எம் ஃப்ரம் அ பிசினஸ்மேன் family. Sir, my question is, sir, what the age to start the business, a new business, or continue my father's business?
Good. உங்க ஃபாதர் வந்து எவ்வளவு வருஷம் பிசினஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காரு?
Sir, 40+ years. He is not more. My brother is taking care of it.
Okay. I'm sorry for that. Okay. But it's an established firm, right? It is an established firm, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So now what advice I will give you is what kind of business நான் கேட்க போறது இல்லை உங்களுக்கு. Whatever the business is, உங்க brother has taken over now, but even now I say work under somebody for 2 years. ஏன்னா I say கொஞ்சம் குட்டுப்படாம எதுவுமே நடக்காது. ஸோ யூ ஷுட் ஃபீல் த பிஞ்ச். ஒரு மேனேஜர்கிட்ட போய் நீங்க வந்து உங்களோட வந்து நீங்க உங்க ப்ரொஃபஸர்ஸ்ட வந்து கரெக்டா டைம்ல கையில உங்க ப்ராஜெக்ட் சப்மிட் பண்ணல, என்ன சார் அப்படி சொல்லிட்டாருன்னு ஒரு தாட் ப்ராசஸ் இருக்கும், மனசுல நினைச்சுக்கணும். பட் ஆனா when you come to reality, corporate life, people will screw you out. That is what I said, time management. டயத்துக்கு if you are not doing things, இங்க வந்து you can play. So maybe I don't know how friendly is your professors. So I don't want to comment on that anyway. So but Anna, when you come to reality, it's totally different was. So ஒரு corporate because I work for 4 companies which is really a perfect corporate companies, big giants. Okay, big giants in their own. So perfect work. So it is not easy. So அதுக்குதான ஒரு learning தான் you are getting in an MBA. நான் அதான் சொல்லுவேன், இப்ப இந்த MBA வந்து உண்மையிலே serious if you pursue and do justice to your professors, the guidelines. So if you are doing it thoroughly, திரும்பி திருத்த சொல்லுவாங்க, கரெக்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க, I don't like பண்ணுவாங்க, maybe you're not done a project right பண்ணுவாங்க, எல்லாம் ஓகே. பட் ஆனா ரியலி அதெல்லாம் நல்லது. I'm telling you, அதெல்லாம் நீங்க ஃபீல் பண்ணுவீங்க. one day you will feel when you work under somebody. அந்த ஒரு ஃபீல் கிடைச்சா தான் நம்ம நல்லா இருந்துக்கோம்ல, ஏன் இப்படி பண்றோம் அப்படின்னு மாதிரி ஒரு தாட் ப்ராசஸ் வரும். அதோட ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு தாட் தான் உங்களோட MBA உங்களுக்கு கற்றுக் கொடுக்குறது. அதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் மேல வருமா நீங்க கேட்ட கேள்விக்கு வந்து நீங்க கண்டிப்பா ஒரு 2 years என்னைய பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ஒர்க் பண்ணுங்க மகாராஜ். இல்லைன்னா வந்து நிறைய கொட்டுப்பட மாட்டீங்க. அவங்க கொஞ்சம் கொட்டுப்பட்டு திரும்பி அவங்க ஜம்முன்னு இருக்கும். சூப்பரா உட்காந்து உங்க அண்ணன் கூட பிரதர் கூட சேர்ந்து நல்ல ஒரு பிசினஸா தொடரலாம். ஏன்னா ஏன் சொல்றேன்னா அது உங்களுக்கு தெரியாம போயிடும். புரியுதுங்களா? what I'm trying to say is, if you're not facing the real corporate experience or working experience, நீங்க எப்படி மேனேஜ் பண்ணுவோம் உங்களோட எம்ப்ளாயிஸ் உங்களுக்கு தெரியாம போயிடும். rather எப்படி how to doubt a guy, உங்களோட ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் பிஹேவியர்ல சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க, ஃபேஸ் டு ஃபேஸ் கான்டாக்ட் எவ்வளவு முக்கியம், செக்ஷுவல் பிஹேவியர் எப்படி, எல்லாமே தெரியல. ஃப்ரெட் லூதான்ஸா தெரியல, எந்த புக்கும் கூட எனக்கு மறந்து போச்சு. ஃபைன் புக் இன் ஆர்கனைசேஷன் பிஹேவியர் இருந்திருக்கு. மார்க்கெட்டிங் புக். ஓகே, ஓபில ஒரு பியூட்டிஃபுல்லான புக் இருந்துச்சு. ஐ டோன்ட் ரிமெம்பர் தட். சே அது வந்து உங்க சிட்டிங் போஸ்ட்ல இருந்து யார் எப்படி டவுட் பண்ணோம், இட் இஸ் பக்கா லேர்னிங். அது வந்து உங்களோட மேனேஜர் வில் ஷோ யூ வாட் யூ ஆர், தென் யூ கேன் ஜஸ்ட் ஷோ இட் டு யுவர் எம்ப்ளாயி ஆஃப்டர் யூ கெயின் தட் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ். ஸோ எப்பவுமே இன்னொன்று உங்க கடையில இருந்து யூ கேனாட் லேர்ன் மெனி திங்ஸ். right expert is going out and learning. முடிஞ்சா வேற ஊருக்கு போய் கத்துக்கணும். எனக்கெல்லாம் அந்த ஹார்ட்ஷிப் கிடைச்சது. வேற ஊருக்கு போய் கத்துக்குவாங்க. சேம் உங்களோட அலைட் பிசினஸே நீங்க வேற ஊருக்கு போய் you work under somebody if you want that. That is a real advice I can give you. Same business, you go somewhere out of maybe where a state you just work. Don't say your business and all, but right or not, I'm not arguing, but that's the best way to do. And then you enter into your company and do wonders. Right, Navaraj? Hope I answered your question.
Yeah, sir. Yeah. No, because of background noise, I'm muted, sir. That's it.
Not an issue, not an issue. Please, please. Mr. Mahalingam, Manga, can shoot up.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Some Mahalingam here, first MBA, sir.
Very good, very good. So first year, second year, doubts na varla bolra. Yeah.
Sir, I am from second year, sir.
Oh, Maharaja, sorry. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay.
Sir, Shashun was informative, sir. And
thank you so much.
So my question is, so you saw corporate life and saw early success. So starting this new firm, entrepreneurship, which is totally new to you and totally new to your family. So how was the momentum shift of the thought process, sir?
For my, for me or my infant? For me. For me.
Yeah.
See, I was a person who took the decisions. I was clear in my thought process where either than I've just focused. How to do it was a challenge. How to do it, because I took a 6-month break. How to do it, how to pitch it. But the one decision I took was I will not work under somebody. That was a decision. Okay. From now, I will not work under somebody. If something is there, I'll do it in my own. So that was a decision. I never been carried away. I'm not a person for that also. The moment I didn't worry, but I was focused on doing things and convincing my family. Because that's a major thought answer. So that is what I said. I said to my wife, I'll be driving the car, not my driver now. So I'll be a driver for you also now, from now. So that was a thing. And the phase one year there were a lot of things we put off. Okay. So, but it was my decision. Like I was focused and I was clear in my thoughts. So nothing to be worried about it. So it was convincing my family. So I was doing right, and I'm a person who foresee things. என்னைக்குமே நான் பிளான் பண்ணி தான் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஸோ ஃபெயிலியர்ன்ற வராது. அதை நான் பேசும்போது தான் ஐ டோல்ட். ஸோ ரிஸ்க் எடுக்கவே ஒருத்தன் பயந்தானே யூ கேனாட் பி an entrepreneur. ரிஸ்க் எடுத்தா மாத்திரம் தான் நெக்ஸ்ட் பார்க்க முடியும். சரிங்களா? ஸோ தட்ஸ் இட் மகாலிங்கம். ரைட்டுங்களா?
ஓகே சார்.
மிஸ்டர் தர்ஷன்.
Good evening, sir. Myself Darshan.
Yeah. First year or second year?
First year MBA, sir.
Good.
Sir, your session was really good, sir.
Thank you.
I got an insight into your work life and your entrepreneurial life, sir. Sir, regarding the tire industry, there must be a lot of competition, right? So how do you handle competition, sir? What are some of the unique strategies you follow to handle your competitors?
Oh, as an entrepreneur, you are asking, or as an employer?
As an entrepreneur, sir.
Okay. So competition about the what do you feel is a question, right? How do you handle competition? Correct? See, basically, competition always is there for any field. Entrepreneur, even your work also, there's a competition. As a student also, you have competition. As a professor also, there is a competition. So any field you take, competition illada edame kediyadu. So I have a mantra always. I don't worry about competition. I'm talking about myself, okay? Really talking about myself. So whatever showroom, but I never went to Paran. I had an investment around 1 crore. I would have easily put in Gandhivaram or Avinashi Road, easily put in. Where a lot of places are there, I could have competed. But my mantra is don't mind about your competition. Do your job in a sincere way. Do it with passion. Let competition see you. இதுதான் நான் பேசிக்கா சொல்ற மந்த்ரா. சரிங்களா? don't competition irukka avanga pathana, you will not do your job. Go with a real framework, pitch it on, do it with passion. Don't think of competition at all. You will be successful. இது வந்து நான் சொல்றது, ஓகேங்களா? ஓகே, ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜிஸ் இருக்கான்னு கேட்டீங்க, இருக்கு. ஸோ அது பண்ணாமல் இருக்கவே முடியாது. ஸோ அதுதான் வந்து the core thing where you do it with passion. அதில் வந்து சொல்றது என்னன்னா மார்க்கெட்டிங் ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸ் இருக்கு. ஸோ நாங்கள் டயர் செக் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொன்னா என்னவா இருக்கட்டும், from the day beginning 2014 till now, every 3 months I have reserved funds for marketing. If that month goes low, also I don't mind, but I have reserved fund for marketing. Every 3 months I used to, maybe it can be a flyers, it can be a paper ad, it can be in hoardings, whatever it is. It can be an apartment activity, it can be a workshop owners meet. Every 3 months I am consistently doing it. And one more example I want to say you, because the COVID was up 2.5 years, COVID was up, the first years people are thinking in a different way. I had an interview with Vilo, there was a Vilo thing, where they interviewed young entrepreneurs. So one among them was myself, and they asked a question, COVID, what is your standard now? Maybe you'll get up. I said nothing. I said then, I'm talking about 2 years back when the COVID was in the peak, I said, I'm going to invest a lot now, because people will become geographically centric after COVID. So that was a planning. So the people will search in Google now. Was an example, barber shop. Think before COVID. After COVID, we would have searched for nearby shops. Hope I'm making sense. So people, பக்கத்துல இருக்க vegetable shop என்ன இருக்குன்னு பார்க்க ஆரம்பிச்சோம். பக்கத்துல இருக்க மளிகை கடை whatever என்ன ஸ்டேஷன் இருக்கு, grocery இருக்கு, இங்கே நல்லா இருக்கே. So அப்போ என்ன ஆச்சு, people have become geographical centric. So I captured that moment and I invested 3.5 lakhs for my LED board. COVID, people were afraid of investing. I took 3 more employees, said we are going to grow. That's what I'm saying. After COVID, we have grown 4 times. Last 2 years, we have grown 4 times because thought process. People will become centric. LED board, walk-ins, and I got it every 15 or 70x walk-ins, which we converted into business. So, answer on the, of course, we are doing marketing activities, strategies, planning, everything is there. But one thing I want to say is, don't worry about competition. Competition இருக்கும். உங்க ஸ்டூடெண்ட் லைஃப் சொன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரேங்க், செகண்ட் ரேங்க், தேர்ட் ரேங்க்ன்றதெல்லாம் இருக்கு, போட்டு. பட் யூ புட் யுவர் எஃபர்ட். Don't worry about the person who is coming first or second. Okay, you put your effort, result will automatically come. அதுக்குண்டான ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜிஸ் தான் ஹோம்ஒர்க் பண்றது, கரெக்டா படிக்கிறது. That is marketing. You got my point?
Yes, sir.
நீ கொஞ்சம் சார் கொஞ்சம் நல்லா சொன்னா ப்ரொஃபசர் சொல்றதெல்லாம் கேளுங்க, அதுவும் ஒரு ஆக்டிவிட்டி தான். சார் கொஞ்சம் நல்லா சந்தோஷப்பட்டுருந்தேன். ரைட்டுங்களா? Got?
Yes, sir.
Hope I have answered, Mr. Darshan.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Keshav has raised his hand. Mr. Keshav, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
First MBA. Your story was really good, sir. I learned a lot of tips of handling the balancing of life and work.
Beautiful.
And my question is, as regarding entrepreneur, there is a lot of tips available to follow in the beginning of stage. So, your point of view, what is the main important points a young entrepreneur should follow in the present scenario or situations?
I didn't get you. What was the final question? What is the scenario to follow?
From your point of view, what is the important points an young entrepreneur should follow in the current generation?
Young entrepreneur should follow to be successful. That is what you are trying to say.
Yes, sir.
To be successful, what kind of scenario as an young entrepreneur should do? That was your question? Okay. So fantastic. That was my presentation also. So main thing that first as an entrepreneur you should have passion. The passion, rather, if you are not having, you can never become an entrepreneur at all. There should be a fire within you to think. And the first stage, on an intimidation stage, it should be there to become an entrepreneur or juggling. So that title you should really focus things and really go about the things. The Panama Venam. Then once you become an entrepreneur, only three than another. One is time management, second is financial management. Yes, do it with passion.
Yes, sir.
Three are the main pillars of our journey as an entrepreneur. If you do these three things very clearly and in a meticulous manner, 100% the success is with you. Okay, how big or small is different. I'm saying you see over business there's a limit. Okay, as under business you should be a great one. It's not about small business or big business. Business, it is not possible. So that is different thing. But what you're doing is other ones you should really feel proud of. And you are employing some or knowledge that is real good thing you are doing it. Take care of them, take care of the family. Blessings will come and automatically you will grow. So taking care of employees, as I said, that is very, very important thing. As a young entrepreneur, you will really flourish well, my dear Keshav. Good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Students, any other questions? Any other questions if you want to ask?
The Sindhura full time video online. Rajat and Sindhura were really from the start to last, they were with the video on. Thanks so much for that. Okay. Thank you so much, Sindhura and Rajat. Full time you are really keeping your video on. So maybe
sir, thank you, sir. The session was really interesting, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much. Thanks for your support by switching on your video. You and Mr. Rajat. Thank you so much.
Sindhura, do you have any questions, Sindhura?
Sir, no, sir. I don't have any questions. It was very much clear and precise, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Again, Darshan, you raised?
No, sir. Already raised. Sir, I have a question for you. Since I
please, sir, please.
And since you established your firm, right? And I think you in that Vadavalli and nearby areas, you position your brand. Okay, as you said, more than 6,000 customers are your friend, right? Maybe around 12,000 customers. I think maybe you are.
No, we have around more than 15,000 plus customer, but 6,000 are friends.
Friends, no. Right? So is there? So have you never thought of that opening more branches in Avinasi Road? Because normally a businessman, once you reach that position, of course, you say that you want to be with the family, you want to have a work-life balance, right? That's a decision you have taken. But have you never thought of that, taking the business next level, like opening a branch in Avinasi Road or in Pilamedo? So what about your next vision, or where you want to take your business?
See, that is what I said. So I'm a totally different in this thought process. As I said, that the money, power, and authority is nothing. So I've seen that, and now I'm doing something for myself and for my employees. So the growth factor, I've never ever calculated things. It is not, because many people are told to open a branch in Avinashi or Metapalai, even in Saravanampatti area also. But that is not in my thought, because my ethics says don't do that. Because I have took a decision only that the money, power, and authority is nothing. So again, I cannot go back and go beyond money. So I'm happy and doing a very good justice for this area and very clear about my thoughts and doing it perfect way. So business is growing, but I can answer your question. A lot of things. I'm doing many activities. I'm engaged with a lot of clubs. So one among them is BNI International. It's an American organization where I'm in a leadership role, where we have more than in our chapter there are more than 120 entrepreneurs, and across the Coimbatore we have more than 800 entrepreneurs who are from a different field. So I am the leadership team for the past 5 years, and I'm doing some consultant job for them also. So that is in different field. But for this, from the business, what I do is only it can be refined or defined only to what I will lead. And I can vouch that I will never, ever start a branch. So maybe it sounds something foolish or ridiculous to you, but this is my stance. I mean, maybe people will think otherwise, but I'm in a different sort of mood. So that is it, sir. Thank you.
Because I asked you, because I went to meet these tire companies for 3D alignment or some kind of services. I never seen these professional services. They'll receive and ask me to sit there. But I had seen the facilities, right? It is completely.
You have come here, sir. You have come here?
No, sir. No, sir. He told much about you, Dr. Isha Murthy, right?
Vishal Murthy.
He's my good friend of me, and we worked together for more than 13 years in academic.
Fantastic.
And I think the 2 years back only he started his own HR consultancy and he's doing better. Correct. Initially, I got your reference through our director, Dr. A.G. Narayan. Sir, I think today I already told you, right? They went for a CMA national management function, right? Otherwise, they should have attended faculties also.
Fantastic.
So there is today's the annual day for CMA management. They've been awarding to faculties and entrepreneurs also.
Convey my regards to him, sir.
Definitely. And he just shared an invitation that you addressed in Hindustan College of Engineering, I think some years
back. Where
Mr. Samuel is the head of the department. Samuel, correct. He is also my good friend of me. At the time itself, he shared an invitation and he asked me to get the details of the speaker. So that moment onwards, I thought of bringing you to our campus, right?
Hope I have done the justice.
Yes, sir. It is live and inspirational. And see, that is what you've been in this entrepreneurship, and you see, as you said that you have you have a vision, or you have a philosophy, or you have a principle, right? I want to be an entrepreneur and I want to run the business professionally, and I have a professional setup and I am satisfied with whatever I am having. Okay. Because I asked you is that many of them is looking for very good services, right? The kind of service courtesy, the kind of service ambience. That's what they are looking for them. So if you open a stop in Avinash Road, it's very comfortable for us because many of them looking for a good services, right? At least you can think of for customer point of view to provide a quality services, right? It is
because alignment and balancing, maybe you can look also for maybe for your car tires, you can just peep into us. If it's a good travel, also you can just go.
Yes, sure, sir. I'm more interested to come because he's also there and he's also inviting me, but due to COVID restriction, other thing, and yes, you very well you said that we're only looking for local shops as of now, but now the pandemic eased out and people started moving, and definitely whatever wheel alignment and you see that sometime back when we were traveling to some place near Tanjavur, right, to visit some temple, when we were going, suddenly one of the front tire got busted because we used to travel only local and only long-term travel happens occasionally. So I thought that as if to Desire and it's in good condition tires. Then we exchanged it with the stepney and we went there. When I was returning back, again the back tire busted.
Okay.
So that means the tire were worn out and we looking for someone there, and we managed to get the tires, 2 tires, Apollo.
Okay.
And what I mean to say that then after some time we are looking for Apollo tires to replace it, but we find very hard to get it because the dealers in Avinash Road, they said that the particular branded Apollo tire, Amaze, I think Amaze or Amaze. So we find difficult to get the tire because 2 tires replaced, 2 tires not yet replaced. So we all look for quality in services and service courtesy, service ambience. Anyway, the session is very useful, sir. So we thank you very much for accepting our request in your busy schedule. Because every entrepreneur, they want to help for the academic community, but to time constraints and they find difficult to adjust the time. So we need your continuous support for all our.
Absolutely, sir. Anytime.
Because we have in DJ, we have Entrepreneurship Development Cell, and we have Institutions Innovation Council we recently established. And your activity, I mean, this program is also part of Institutions Innovation Council, which is organized by AICT and Minister of Education at the national level. So thank you very much, sir, for enlightening every one of us. Now let me invite Devi Nandini. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Devi Nandini, just propose vote of thanks.
A warm good evening to our respected guests, director, faculties, and my dear students. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of DJ Academy for Managerial Excellence and the entire fraternity of the college, extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty. On my behalf, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to our guest, Mr. T.M. Vijikumar, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion. Thank you, sir, for your very thought-provoking and interesting answers. I wish to express my gratitude to our director, Dr. A.G.V. Narayanan, faculty members, and students. Once again, I thank all for your cordial cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, Devi Nandini. Thank you all for participating and enlightening the session. Thank you, sir. And hope that you'll be visiting our campus soon.
Right, sir. Thank you so much. All these best dear students. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Please come to college at some other time.
We'll do that, sir. I'll do that. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Bye.